If you struggle with shyness or social anxiety, check out our free No BS training course with actual useful advice you can do from home. None of that just get out there nonsense. The link is in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
6 tips on networking when you have crippling social anxiety. Some things that help me network at events, or even make it to the event in the first place. I didn't want this to be another post about what it means to have social anxiety, or how it's affected my life. There are people out there who can speak to that way better than I can. But having dealt with it my entire life, I thought I would share some tips that have helped me when it comes to networking events. I feel silly. I'm smarter than this. Why doesn't my brain know better? Some of my close friends will get texts like this. Sometimes my steering wheel has to hear it. I find it helps to get it all out. Tell someone, or something, what's going on in your head. This is how I'm feeling. This is what my brain is thinking. These are all the silly things going on. If you have a good support system, they will tell you how awesome you are, and usually it doesn't mean anything to you at the time. But they're right. You're awesome. You just need to get all those crazy thoughts out into the open so you can move past them. One thing I've learned since being a developer is that you look for the worst case and move up from there. So what's the worst case scenario? Mine is usually that someone will laugh at me, I'll fall on my face, or that everyone will find out I have no idea what I'm doing. In the grand scheme of things, those really aren't that bad. If someone laughs, I can laugh at myself too. I say dumb stuff all the time, so I'll make a joke out of it. Imposter syndrome is harder to fight, so I'll just be open about my skill level and ask for advice and opinions. Afterwards, I'll run through my checklist. Did anyone laugh at me? No. Did I fall on my face? Almost, but no. Did anyone aggressively point their finger my way and shout imposter? Not that I noticed. After the worst case is out of the way, you can look at all the positives that come out of networking. Like meeting some cool people, opening doors, and free food. Being uncomfortable is a good thing. Having anxiety about something usually means you're doing something new. You're putting yourself out there and taking steps towards improving yourself and or your life. That's something to be proud of. Even if you make it in the door to a conference or networking event, that's an accomplishment. There are so many people out there who will bail. They will stay in bed. They will be complacent. You are not that person. Never sell yourself short, and remember, these seemingly small steps are huge leaps towards your goals. Bringing friends to events can sometimes keep you from your original goal of meeting new people. However, if you keep a plan of attack, having a wingman can be very helpful. One plan is to separate for a few minutes at a time to mingle, which will keep you from talking to each other all night. If things get overwhelming, you can always team up again. There's also no harm in approaching people together and striking up a conversation. Another thing I have done in the past is reach out to someone else going to an event. Advertise on social media that you will be attending and see who else does the same. Get to know a few people and plan to meet up at the event. If it's an event that happens on a regular basis, see if you can reach out to a veteran. They can usually answer any questions you have, and also introduce you to people they already know there. Once I get in the door, I start to feel like I have nothing interesting to say, but I know that everyone else does. So I stick to that. I ask people what they do, what they love about it, what they think about any topic that comes up. It doesn't have to be career related either. If someone mentions they just got back from a trip, I ask where they went and what they ate. One thing people forget about networking is that you're talking to other humans. They aren't just their job, and neither are you. Getting to know people for who they are is just as beneficial. I will always remember interesting or fun conversations more than professional ones. I wasn't sure if this should go in the beginning or end, but it's something that's always stuck with me. I first heard this while listening to a well-known famous comedian on a podcast talking about his struggle with depression and anxiety. 1 minute, 5 minutes, an hour after you step through the door, you can turn around and walk right out. There are taxis, and Ubers, and your own 2 feet that can take you home. You're not in chains. You're doing this for you, and you are in control. Usually you won't end up leaving. You'll realize the hard part is over and it's not as bad as your brain built it up to be. But it's there in your back pocket. No matter what happens, you can always just go home. I hope you took something from this post, and I'd love you to share it with someone who needs it.